Well, hello again, and welcome to another Hyperion Morning. Happy Friday, everybody. You made it. We got it through Friday. Guess what it is time to do? Time to...
Let it go when I rise like the break of dawn.
Yes, it is a Real Men Love Frozen Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Frozen Friday. Welcome to it. Good morning, Marianne. Welcome to the show. Good to see you here this morning. Good to see you here this morning. Appreciate you joining us any day, any given day. We're just happy to have you here on a Friday, on a Real Men Love Frozen Friday. You made it. It's the weekend. You got through this week. Just make it through today, and it's all downhill. Have a good time. Have a great weekend. So, what are we talking about on this day? It is May 16th, 2025. Well, this is appropriate for our Real Men Love Frozen Friday. We received this news yesterday that we knew this was coming, but we officially received a date yesterday when the Frozen, the Hit Broadway Musical, will be hitting Disney Plus. So it's a stage to screen capture of what was the musical on Broadway. It's not out there anymore. Unfortunately, it was kind of went away during COVID. But we're going to get the chance to see it with the original cast coming up here on June 20th on Disney Plus. Very excited for that. Hey, good morning, Chris from the Maz's Musings podcast. Hello. Hello there. Or hello. I think that's you're trying to do Charles from Conversations. Could be. Either way, Chris from the Maz's Musings podcast. Good to see you here this morning. But yeah, very excited to see this show, especially because I never got to see the stage show. The funny thing about it is that we were scheduled to see it. When we lived in San Diego, we had season passes to the basically the theater in San Diego that would have the touring companies for a lot of shows. We saw a lot of amazing shows, so many that you know, so many that you love there, including Hamilton, one of our favorites, of course. But we were scheduled, we had tickets to go see Frozen, the Broadway musical, the touring company, not the Broadway cast, obviously, but still, I'm sure it was amazing. Literally 1 week before we were supposed to start to go see it, COVID hit, wiped everything out, of course. And so we never got the chance to see it. So very, very excited to see this. And I'm still hoping that, maybe it comes around as a touring show at some point and get to see it for myself. But anyway, that's exciting news. As we all know, hashtag Real Men Love Frozen. So couldn't be more thrilled for that to be coming on Disney Plus here in about a month's time. Yeah, really, really cool. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, today happens to be International Day of Light, and you're all beacons of light in my book. So thank you on International Day of Light. But what International Day of Light actually is the celebration of light in general. It comes around, I had to do some research on this, as I like to do. So apparently a scientist by the name of Theodore Mannion in 1960 was the first to actually operate a working laser. And this day, it was on this day in 1960. And now we celebrate the International Day of Light on this same day to kind of commemorate that, but commemorate light in general and how important light is to our lives and the technology that provides us light in our lives. But again, you are the light of our lives. So we appreciate you. Thank you for being such beacons of light throughout every single day, throughout every morning, whenever it may be. Thank you for being there on this International Day of Light. How can you also celebrate International Day of Light? Well, how about going to see something that's transmitted through light? A classic movie. Today is National Classic Movie Day. We do love some classic movies here in our house. Of course, classic Disney movies, some of our favorites. I'm curious what your favorite classic movie is. Everything can be a classic for everybody. I mean, it depends on how far you want to go back. Star Wars, the original, is a classic movie now because I'm old. But I'm going to go with a real classic, go back to like 1942 and go with my favorite classic movie. Where did my slide go? There it is. Casablanca. Casablanca is my favorite classic movie. I think it's an amazing film, one of the greatest movies of all time. It'll, of course, top many lists for the greatest movie of all time. Definitely one of mine. There is so much international intrigue in it, with it going on in the middle of World War II, the Germans, the French, in Casablanca. But there's the love triangle going on. Of course, the chemistry between man, I'm blanking on my names here. Ingrid Bergman and of course Humphrey Bogart. Can remember Humphrey Bogart. Blanked on Ingrid Bergman for a second there. My apologies. But it has, like I said, there's a love triangle. There's intrigue. There is suspense. There is humor. It is such a well-rounded film. One of my favorites of all time. My favorite classic movie, I'd say, when you ask me today. But go back and ask me another day. Who knows? Let me go back a slide here. Today also happens to be National Bike to Work Day. So maybe it's a great day to get out there on the bike and get to work, cut some emissions, get a little exercise, and get to work. I will say this: in Florida today, not necessarily the best day to bike to work. We're going to be pushing into the mid 90s today, and over the weekend, really more high 90s. Not the greatest day to be out on a bike, possibly, but if you can do it, especially if you can get a shower at work or something, or if you can work around where people don't care if you stink, go ahead and bike to work. Always a good thing to get out there and get some exercise and bike to work. There was a period when we were down to one car and Michelle had to go to work in her car, and I spent time, I biked to work every day. My work was not that far away. It was about 5 miles away. So it was just pretty much down one highway. And so I would bike to work and bike back most every day during that period. And it was good for me. I lost a bit of weight, got some exercise, and it worked out really well. But I don't do that anymore. But anyway, yeah, National Bike to Work Day. Flip ahead 2 slides. Maybe after you bike to work, you can, since you've burned off all those calories, you can enjoy a little something else. Today is National Barbecue Day. And boy, I do love some good barbecue. You can find some good barbecue out there in this world. I do love some good barbecue. There's a few spots to get some decent barbecue in the parks. Probably the best in the Disney parks. Probably the Regal Eagle Smokehouse out at Epcot. That's really good. If you're at Disneyland, of course, there's the newly renamed Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree. I've heard good things about that spot. There's also the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue at Disney's Hollywood Studios. There's Flame Tree Barbecue at Animal Kingdom. And, if you're going to Disney Springs, the Polite Pig, I've never been to, but I've heard good things about the barbecue at Polite Pig. Interesting thing, when I pulled up trying to get a photo for National Barbecue Day, pretty much everything just shows things on a grill, sausage, chicken, burgers, or whatever. That's not barbecue, okay? We call it a barbecue grill or whatever, but that's not barbecue. Barbecue really is kind of in a smokehouse, done in it's smoked meats. What's that is grilling. If you're grilling up some burgers, grilling up a steak, that's what that is. So I just like to point that out every once in a while, because there's a little confusion there. It's not a barbecue if you're throwing some burgers on the grill. It's a cookout, or it's having a grilling at home. It's not a barbecue. I just like to show that because I know there's some confusion with that. But barbecue takes hours, low and slow, smoked meats. It's a different process. So just wanted to share. I like to share information here. Hopefully you enjoy that. Maybe not barbecue isn't your thing today. Well, this is something that most everybody likes. I have very few people I found in the world that don't like this. Well, today is National Pizza Party Day. So yeah, get together, throw a pizza party. I know if Scott was here, he'd be happy to have a pizza party. What's this, Chris? Even in Massachusetts, I'll throw on the smoker for you guys. Hey, we have family in Massachusetts. You never know when we might take a trip up there, Chris, and we will take you up on that. So yeah, love that. I don't have a smoker. I really have always wanted a smoker. I don't have one. I have created a smoker by doing some other things with a grill, but I don't have a real smoker. But I would love to have one sometime. But yeah, Chris, I'm going to take you up on that sometime when we get to Massachusetts for sure. Anyway, but today's the day you can get pizza pretty much everywhere. And there's some really great pizzas. There's some mediocre pizzas that are still pretty good. But today's the day to celebrate with a pizza party with your friends. And I don't know if this goes with either of the food I was just talking about, but maybe you can enjoy this for a little Friday brunch or a weekend brunch or whatever it might be. Today is National Mimosa Day, which, yes, totally on board for a mimosa. Chris, you also have a pizza oven. Great. We can do a little barbecue. How about a barbecue pizza? There we go. We can do it all together all at once. I love it. Hey, Chris, it's really enticing us to make a trip up to Massachusetts. All that great stuff going on. First, I need to go see Marianne because she's closer and she cooks up some great meals. I see it all the time on social media. And then we need to go up to Massachusetts and visit Chris for some smoked meats and some barbecue and some pizza for sure. So anyway, man, I'm getting hungry. Stop this. Stop. I need a mimosa. I need some barbecue. I need some pizza. I need to enjoy all this stuff. Anyway, National Mimosa Day. Enjoy with one of our favorite little morning brunch. You can have a mimosa anytime you want. Beverages for sure. One of Michelle's favorite drinks is, I think we call it a French mimosa. I'm trying to remember where we got it first time, but it is champagne with cranberry and pineapple juice. That is one of her favorite drinks. She'll have it fairly regular. Hey, Donna, good morning. Good to see you here as well. Welcome to the show. Happy you're here. That is one of her favorite drinks. She drinks that all the time, and it's pretty good. Oh, I know what it's called. The first time we had it, yesterday was National Casino Day, was at the Monte Carlo Casino in Vegas. We used to play poker there all the time, and she would always order a Monte Carlo mimosa, which was that pineapple juice, cranberry juice, and champagne. That's where it came from. Monte Carlo mimosa. Anyway, sorry. Going off the rails here. It's a Friday. Things are crazy. Moving on. What else is today? Well, today happens to be, this is funny, it's National Sea Monkeys Day. Sea monkeys, right? Do you remember, if you're a certain age, you remember getting all those ads for sea monkeys and being, woo, that's cool. We can have a little family grow in a little aquarium at our house. Sea monkeys. That sounds fun. Why not send some money out? Order a packet of sea monkeys. You can have some little friends in the aquarium. And then you got it and you learned it was just brine shrimp. Anyway, I just found that funny. I like to share funny national days. Today is National Sea Monkeys Day. Of course, of all things. Why not? I know, right, Marianne? Me too. It didn't make any sense. But anyway, day to celebrate. If you like sea monkeys, today's the day. Brine shrimp, today's the day. Celebrate with some sea monkeys on this day. Hey, I see over from the Great British Mickey Waffle. Hey there. Good to see you over on Instagram. Hi there. So good for you to join us this morning. Thanks. Great show. Great British Mickey Waffle. Great show. Hoping to have them on our show sometimes. A couple of them just visited Disneyland for the first time, looking to have their take on that. But anyway, hey there, guys. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in on the show all the way from the UK. Appreciate that. All right, moving on. What else are we talking about on this day? Well, if it is your birthday today, a very happy birthday to you. Here are some of the amazing people you celebrate your birthday with. How about, he was Bond for several years from 1995 to 2002. He also was in Remington Steele. He was in the Mamma Mia films, Mrs. Doubtfire. Pierce Brosnan, he turns 72 today, born on this day in 1953. Also, great actress Deborah Winger. She turned 70 today, born on this day in 1955. She was, of course, great in Officer and Gentleman. She was in Terms of Endearment, Shadowland. All three of those she received an Academy Award nomination for. Never won, but she still was nominated. And it's an honor to always just be nominated, right? But she was also, of course, in like Urban Cowboy. She's had a great career. Deborah Winger, fantastic actress. Great musical performer, Janet Jackson. She turns 59 today, born on this day in 1966. She has 5 Grammy Awards. One of the greatest albums of all time is Rhythm Nation, for sure. Great singer, great performer, amazing artist, for sure, Janet Jackson. How about, well, if you're a fan of, or was a fan of Beverly Hills 90210, then you know Donna Martin, Tori Spelling. She turns 52 today, born on this day in 1973. She's gone on since then to star in many television films and some independent films as well. But you'll always know her as Donna Martin from Beverly Hills 90210 for sure. And finally, you may not recognize the guy on the top left, but that is Vincent LaRusso. He played Adam Banks in the Mighty Ducks movies, the Mighty Ducks trilogy, D2, D3. Adam Banks, of course, he was the player for the Hawks that kind of got taken over to the Mighty Ducks and sort of against his will, but then gradually is able to mix in with the team and becomes one of their stars and one of the favorite players on the Mighty Ducks. Anyway, he turns 47 today. Wow, how is Adam Banks 47? He turns 47 today, born on this day in 1978. So a very happy birthday to them. And again, if it's your birthday, a very happy birthday to you. Celebrate with some barbecue, celebrate with some pizza, celebrate with a mimosa. It's your birthday. Celebrate however you like to best, for sure. Shameless self-promotion time before we get out of here. We do have a new episode coming this week. Hey, Great British Mickey Waffle. Yes, we're talking about Disneyland's 70th anniversary coming up starting today. It officially starts today. Happy 70th birthday to Disneyland. Technically, their birthday's in July, but they're starting the celebration today. We're going to be talking about all the fun stuff that's coming for this 70th birthday celebration. Some things that are starting today, some things that are starting later in the year, but it's very exciting stuff out there. We can't wait to get out there. We do have to wait to get out there because we're not going to be out there until January of next year. Luckily, all this stuff is still going to be going on at that time because whenever there's a big anniversary celebration, it's not just a single day. It's like a year plus, and that's what's going to be happening with Disneyland. So you have plenty of chances to enjoy all this stuff that you're talking about. Donna, you're going to Disneyland today. Enjoy all the fun stuff that's out there out at Disneyland. I hope you enjoy it. Have a great time celebrating Disneyland's 70th birthday. That's fantastic. Good for you. That's exciting. Going to live vicariously through you today. But we're excited to get out there. And Michelle has put together a great piece. This is one of the slides from her slideshow presentation she's going to put forward. So that means probably going to be a video episode too. So you can prepare for that as well. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to talk about Disneyland. We always like to talk about Disneyland. All right. Going to get out of here. Everybody have a fantastic day. Have an amazing Friday. You got this. Get through the day. It's the weekend. Enjoy it. Enjoy the heck out of it. And, I just hope you'll have a magical day. So as I like to say every single day, please keep on sharing that kindness. Keep on sharing those smiles. And of course, keep on sharing that positivity. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning. It's the weekend. So 8 a.m. tomorrow morning to do all those things with you once again. Until that time, everybody have a magical day. I'll see you tomorrow.